we're going to be talking about views, gaps, and a little AI. If you are new or returning, welcome. Here it is, our primary we talk tea, your side hustles. Okay, let's first of all talk a little bit more about the TPT sale based on a lot of comments, emails, DMs. Some of you were disappointed. No sales. Some of you are now saying, I'm getting no views. This is why I have very low expectations of site-wide sales. First of all, not all teachers are back to school. They are in the East, but they are not in the West. We don't go back to school until after Labor Day. I am going into school to check it out. My job share partner was already in there cleaning because they had moved furniture. Well, they're waxing floors and things like that. So we knew that was going to happen, but we thought we'd go in, do a tiny bit of planning, and then I go in for professional development a couple days before Labor Day, and then the kids are back the day after Labor Day. That's pretty standard in my corner of the world, okay? So the August site-wide sale is really hit and miss for people. It just depends. August sales so far for me are up, not up by a lot. I think I'm sitting at about 20%, 25% maybe. It's almost halfway through the month, so I'm thrilled. I hope it just continues, but you never know. September is really the month that my store happens to do well. If you've been on TPT for at least a year, you should check the patterns to see when things sell and when they don't, and when you get more views and when you don't. There's ways of tracking all of that. Just create yourself a Google spreadsheet, or I have a, do I have one? I think I do. I can't remember. I think I have a tool in my bundle. If I don't, let me know and I'll create one. If you did not get views, or if you are not getting views, there is a standard formula, okay? And it works all the time, okay? If you are not getting views, it's because of one of two things, all right? One, no one's looking for it. Or two, someone's looking for it, but they don't see your product. It's one or the other. They're neither not looking for it, or you're not there when they're looking for it, which means your title and your cover and your snippet are not optimized so that when they do type up certain words, you do appear. Teachers Pay Teachers has at least 10 million products on it. I suspect they're even at 12 because of every so often I do this certain type of search and 12 million shows up underneath the search bar. It's still a lot of products. And your goal is to get yourself on the first couple pages of the search. A TPT page will hold about, let's say it's 20. If you're not on the first 5 pages when someone searches, that's 100 people ahead of you. And that's where they're going to be shopping those pages. Rarely does a buyer go past really the second page. As a buyer, I sometimes went on to the third, but I'm almost always buying off the first page or the second page. And that's your goal, the first page or the second page. You need to have at least one sale to get yourself on the first page, unless you've created something for a gap. And what do I mean by a gap? A gap is where someone's searching for something and there are no resources existing for it, or a very, very low amount. I would consider anything under 1,000 a gap, okay? For example, and I use this one a lot. When I started, I made a lot of addition to 20 resources. If I go on to TPT right now, let me look. I believe it's at 80,000, correct, right now. 80 addition to 20 is now 140,000 plus. Do you really want to make a product for addition to 20? No, you don't. Because are you going to even get seen in the top 100 pages? Probably not. That's what's so nutso about this. It's crazy. So you want to be creating a resource that when you search it, the number is low. In the K-2 niche, it's very rare. It's still there, but it's very rare. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you which ones they are because I'm making products for those ones at the moment. I'll share later on. But high school and middle school have some gaps. Okay, so you need to be thinking about if you are a high school or middle school teacher, you've got some gaps there to be looking for. So even before you create a product, ask yourself, how many search results are on Teachers Pay Teachers? And if the number, okay, this is now, you choose the number, okay, you decide. And I have in the keyword research tool paid resource that I sell, I think I put in some I don't know what they call filters, so that when the results hit 10,000, it goes green. That 10,000 is a decent number. In the K-2 niche, under 10,000 is a good number. In the high school niche, I would say you want to get under 3,000 maybe. And if you're getting results under 3,000, your chances of getting on the first couple pages are pretty high, because I can look at the first 2 pages and I can see stuff on there and I don't know why they're on there. But if I start reading their snippet and all that kind of stuff, now I can see why they're on there. Okay. Often we like to use cutesy, unique, catchy titles. Just don't. Use words that people are actually typing in. Do you want to have a fun summer? Nobody is typing that in. Okay? Summer homeschool activities. That people are typing in. You've got to use the language of your buyer. And the only way to find that out is on looking in the search. I like to use Seller Spy with TPT a lot. In fact, I've invited Colleen to come on to this channel sometime in September, so stay tuned for that. But I will often look at Seller Spy with a resource idea, and then I bring it back to TPT and just see what their numbers say. And they're pretty close. Okay, sometimes I throw in an extra filter, and then I'll get even more things. So if you're not getting views, check your titles, check your covers, okay? And go and see where you are in rank and see where your products rank. I forgot to also say that Seller Spy has a free product rank tool, and it will only show you your ranking if you're on the first 5 pages. Okay, so if it says you're not on the first 5 pages, change your title, maybe tweak your cover. Okay, you're not optimized. Unless there's 140,000, you might be optimized. Anyways, okay, so that's views. And I've already mentioned gaps. Now let me just quickly talk about AI. I had a really good conversation with a fellow teacher, and we were talking about AI. Should we be concerned? And my answer is no. You have to remember that AI is curated internet stuff, and it will curate the good, the bad, and the ugly off the internet. It does not know the accurate from the inaccurate. Let me give you an example. I asked ChatGPT how many resources really are on Teachers Pay Teachers. What do you think it said? I'm going to read you their answer. This was fascinating. How many resources are currently on TPT? And this is ChatGPT's response. I tried searching for an updated count of how many resources are on Teachers Pay Teachers, but I couldn't find a definitive number on their website or in press materials. That is true. It's very hard to find it. Companies like TPT typically share such metrics in investor reports, blog posts, or annual reviews. But as of now, there doesn't appear to be a publicly available figure. Okay. And then I said, how about a ballpark figure? And here was their ballpark. Around the early 2020s, TPT was commonly described as hosting millions of educational resources. More specifically, in 2019 and 2020, they said that their site said they had over 3 million items available. With this in mind, I would say that perhaps 4 to 5 million would be the range, depending on how the platform has grown. Since this is a rough approximation, it's best to treat it as indicative rather than definitive. If you'd like, I can continue digging through. And I said, based on some of my own calculations, it's over 10 million. I see that number when searching resources. ChatGPT says, that makes sense. Yeah. So ChatGPT doesn't know everything. And nor does it say that. It says right down on the bottom, they have this disclaimer saying ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check your information. It will not do everything. And even with the other 100+ AI tools out there, they will not do everything. This is why it's important that you create for yourself tools that you can use to create a unique store, not a store like everyone else's, because there's a couple things happening right now. First of all, there's an influx of stores that are uploading hundreds and hundreds of worksheets, okay? Worksheets. And honestly, all it's doing is creating a mess because it's hard to know which ones are accurate, which ones are not. And I mean, I actually posted in the Facebook group, I actually found somebody who has copied my work. It's mine. It's my work because I have some unique wording and they have not even changed it. And I thought, but anyways, TPT is aware of it, and they have sent me something I have to fill out for a cease and desist, which I will do when I get a chance. But there are people doing all sorts of things, and a lot of it is worksheets. Students learn many, many ways. There are so many different learning styles out there when it comes to education. Create products that are not worksheets. Find other things to create. Stand out from all the worksheets. Yes, there will always be this need for worksheets, particularly now when the demographic of teachers is, a lot of teachers are leaving the profession. So by them leaving the profession, you're getting a lot of new teachers in, and they don't have time to do all the prep and all this creating and all this. And so they're going for the worksheets. Yes, you will have that audience. But in a couple years, they're going to be tired of the worksheets and they're going to be looking for other things. Okay, so create the other things. I mean, if you want to create worksheets, have at it. Go ahead. But you're competing with too high of a number now. The numbers are high. You need to create something of great value that is different from everyone else's, but not so unique that no one's looking for it, right? There's that fine line. All right. Now, before I leave, one of the things I get asked periodically, off and on, is, will you make a course? Do you have a course? And the answer is no. And will I make one? Probably not. But I've had this thought now almost over a year, and I've just been still toying with it. But I think in light of some coaching calls I've had this summer and some beautiful words that some of you have said to me about my teaching style, what I'm thinking of doing, and I really would welcome your feedback on this, is that I'm thinking of creating videos for specific things and then selling them. I mean, I can always link them up and create a mini course. I'm not sure about the mini course still, but I'm thinking what I'm doing would do is make videos that are 20 to 30 minutes, no extra talk, just straight on tutorials. And then I don't think I would post them on TPT, if I'm being honest, because the fees are too high. I've been looking at changing my website to something like Spotify music, to Shopify or Squarespace. I'm just toying with these ideas. And the rates are so much better, so much better. The other thing is I can also sell digital resources on my email, which is ConvertKit. But video is a little bit different than digital resource, so I'm not sure if I could actually do it that way. But I'm thinking of making a video and then maybe having a sort of a mini booklet to go with it, just to help you through some things, and then selling them as one-offs. So one on how to get views, how to find gaps, using AI to help you, all these different things. And I mean, I'm going back to school in just over 2 weeks. Will I have time to do all of them? Not right now, but because I'm teaching part-time, 1 or 2 of them could show up before the end of the year. So if you think this would be something that would be of value to you, would you please let me know in the comments? And if there's an idea that you would love to see a video done in that format, please let me know on that too. Yeah, I'm not going to just take one of the videos that are already on YouTube. Those are free for you. I enjoy this community, and so I am here for you. But just some little things that I'm thinking about. Or if you have an idea that you want to send me a message, feel free. You can post your comments down below, or you can email me at itsallprimary.com, or you can even send me a message over on the Facebook group at Side Hustle Help for TPT, and boom. All right. Okay. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or the playlist. See ya.